Sounds good.
Alright, so hello Taso. We are current students at the USF's Honors College. We are in a collaborative course with Heritage Village in Largo. This museum/park complex focuses on Pinellas County and the historical artifacts and homes. Our specific project focuses on the industries of Pinellas County, which includes sponge diving, and its various effects on Pinellas County.
So after viewing the sponge warehouse that's at Heritage Village, we were able to find that a lot of the products and sponges that were actually sourced from here in Tarpon Springs. So we kind of gained interest in the industry and how the Greek identity kind of ties in with that. So we wanted to meet with you today and discuss how you arrived to this area, your experiences within the industry, and how your Greek background kind of influences your role in the industry and your career.
Okay, now you have to talk a little bit slow to me, not that fast. But,
Okay.
You go ahead now. You want me to tell you how I get here and what brings me here?
Sure, so if you don't mind explaining or giving us a brief background about your life and how you ended up in Tarpon Springs.
Okay. That's my name, right? Well, everybody calls me Taso. My real name is Anastasios. Comes out of two Greek words, Anna and Stasi. Anna means up and Stasi means standing. So my real name really is Anastasio, which means resurrection. Anyway, nevertheless, I was born and raised in Greece. I left Greece 18 years old. Before I leave, in my island, I was a free diver, shooting fish, spearfishing. So I left Greece back in 71, at the beginning of 71. Year or 2 years later, a year later, I ended up in the United States. Don't ask how, but from there, I ended up in Florida. And I ended up to be here in a sponge boat. And I started working as a cook in the deck in the first trip because they was talking to be a sponge diver, you have to be a diver from special island from Greece and and all kinds of stuff. I make my first trip and I see what's going on, but they didn't know I was a good free diver. So when the diver was down in the 60 feet and sponging, it was a nice, beautiful, calm day. I just put on my face mask and I jumped off the boat and I went all the way down the bottom. I tapped him in the shoulder and he scared so much he almost had a heart attack because he didn't expect somebody to go down there free diving and tap him in the shoulder. So he tried to grab me, but of course I moved, I left, I come up. After that, the captain in the boat, you didn't believe it, I was a free diver. So I told him, let me have the sponge hook, man, I go down and pick the sponges. And like I did, next day I went down. I picked sponges more than from the other sponge divers. So next trip I was a sponge diver. I worked for that man for 8 years, off and on, because in the meantime I was painting bridges. I was a painter, sandblaster and painter, climber up high. But my heart was in the sea. So I always ended up back in tarpon and back sponging. So I went to Maine, I paint towers, 800 feet in the air. I saved some money. I came down here and I buy myself a little boat, 28 foot. I was the smallest sponge boat in Tarpon Springs back in 88, but I was the second on the amount of money I brought in. In 88, with the smallest boat in the river, I worked $90,000. And another big diving boat make 100. So it's not any big deal, I beat them all. So I have that boat like 6 years or 7, and like I said to you a little while ago, I was doing a big bed bookkeeping, and I ended up to sell that little boat to pay the IRS. Then I went back bridge painting. And we started again with the same thing, save some money here, save some money there, and then I ordered this boat, I put it 20,000 down, then I put it 10,000 more, and then I was working another diving boat, 10 more, so before the boat finished, I have already put it there like $60,000. Now the boat ready to go in the water, and it cost me $225,000 altogether. And that was back then. Most of that money is a labor and plus material, but most of them labor. So anyway, when I put it in the water, I was on $180,000 on the boat, like $175,000. I didn't have no credit back then. I could deal with the bank, so the guy built my boat. He helped me, and I was paying him instead of paying the bank. And I was putting 30 to 40% every time I was coming in. half of that money was going against to the mortgage to pay the boat, and half of the money was going against to him, don't count. So when I pay $175,000, it was another $175,000 went to him. So 175 and 175 plus 50, how much this boat cost. And all that money comes from diving, from sponge diving. I'm the only sponge diver in Tarpon Springs. Built boat and I pay from diving, from sponging. I don't think anybody else in the history, or I don't think anybody else is going to be able to do this. And in order I done that, the reason I done that, because I love the job, I do with my heart. And I'm physical, I'm very strong, because the work I do keeps me in a good shape. And healthy food, fresh fish, and clean air, whatever you put it together, maybe my gene or whatever it is, but I feel powerful. And I hope I'll be like this for a long time. Now, doing this job over here, sponge diver, then Tarpon Springs is famous for sponge boats and sponge divers and sponges. So I ended up to meet so many people and do so much advertising for Taso Springs, even if I didn't want to, because my job. Everybody asked me for sponges. Everybody asked me how to catch it, how to do this, how to do that. And I tell the same thing just about to every one of them, maybe different people, but the story is the same. And I never get tired out of it. Because I say something, I have loved to do it. And I say it with my heart, and I say right, and I say correct. And I answer all kind of questions because somebody came over here and wants to know. So if they don't know from me, I do this, they're not going to know from anybody else better from what they're going to know from me. So, and I love this job. So, and I have do a lot of advertisements, like I said, a lot of documentaries, a lot of movies, a lot of interviews, just like this one. I have talked to the schools. Comes over here about 100 students. I went to the St. Petersburg College. All kind of schools around to the city, all the way down to St. Pete. I talk to kids about sponsors. I have a reward from the state for what I have done for the Greek cultures and stuff. And I have to take reward from the government also. And for all that, Tina helps me to do this. Tina, what puts me in the air to know, people know who I am, and if it wasn't Tina, I don't think I would be rewarded about anything. But she knew what I had done, she knew what I do, and she knew it was something special. So with her help,